The world became truly digital when all the relevant devices started talking to each other and provided a comprehensive experience to the user. We called it the Internet of Things. In today's context, learning is very central to survival of an individual as well as an organization. A digital society must also be a learning society to thrive. It is time for us to look at Internet of Learning. Let me tell you what is Internet of Learning. In simple terms, Internet of Learning would be the entire ecosystem from which individuals and organizations learn. When they come together and work in tandem, it is the Internet of Learning. There are 6 fundamental components of Internet of Learning, some of which I think are underutilized. The first one is organizational stories. People learn 2 stories, they remember stories. And if those stories are lived and are from within the organization, that becomes a very potent form of learning. Unfortunately, majority of the organizations do not have a structured scientific way of incorporating their organizational stories into the learning ecosystem. A lot of times the stories are only contained within the teams that have lived those experiences. And unfortunately, when those people leave, these stories are also gone. For an effective Internet of Learning, organizations must have a scientific way of incorporating organizational stories in their entire learning process. The second component of Internet of Learning, friends, is mindful contemplation. Whether it was Newton's apple moment or Archimedes' Eureka moment, all of these great learnings have been an outcome of mindful contemplation. With the onslaughts of so much of technology, so much of connectivity, we've grossly lost the sense of mindfulness. Organizations must do something about it and bring in ways, means, and skills for their people to understand and learn the art of mindful contemplation. Of course, technology can play a role in that, provided it is properly hooked into the Internet of Learning. The third piece is my favorite, books. Unfortunately, again, in the current era of mobile devices and electronic devices and short snippets of learning, humanity at large has lost the art of reading. A society that does not read will not go anywhere. Organizations have to look at how they can again plug in the importance of the right kind of books into their ecosystem. The fourth component, I would say, which is again getting lost, is instructor-led training. We are currently in situations where it may not be possible to have large-scale instructor-led trainings. But please understand, the context and the clarity around the noise in this age of fake news and so much of learning can only be given by the right kind of instructor. Never ever undermine the importance of instructor-led training. Once the situation resumes to normal, you must find a way to incorporate instructor-led facilitation into your Internet of Learning. The next component is Fraternity Network. Social media has actually taken the ability to network to unthinkable heights. Today I am able to connect with anybody at the click of the button across the globe. Most of the peer learning is actually happening there. A person who's well networked within the fraternity is likely to be way ahead in terms of his or her knowledge and understanding of what is happening around their subject matter. Again, organizations will need to look at a particular way to incorporate fraternity networks to develop their learning ecosystem. Lastly, and most importantly, it's your digital learning platform. Now, digital learning platform today is like I in the Internet of Learning. You cannot have a comprehensive learning strategy without the right kind of technology. There are very few technology partners out there. For example, Oracle Learning Cloud, where all these components of formal, informal, as well as social learning can form a part of a cohesive ecosystem, which I fondly call the Internet of Learning. Go ahead and enjoy the Internet of Learning.